Now, Gauteng's pothole-riddled roads are a daily nightmare for motorists. While some holes are left and become bigger and bigger, others get a quick fix, only to reappear a few days later. But what is being done to address the pothole crisis in Gauteng? Well, our reporter Theodor Mashele is tracking the story for us, and he joins us now live for more details. Theo, I've always wondered if maybe the people who actually get the tenders to fix our roads probably just use material that is not sufficient. What have you found?
Yes, indeed, Masako. I mean, that is the question that we've all been asking ourselves, because you know that if you're a motorist within Gauteng especially, a pothole is something you are bound to bump into at some point in your journey. And not that it's not enough already that we've got traffic from load shedding, but these potholes are also causing traffic if you find that you're on a two-way road and one road is just blocked and now it has turned into a stop and go. And that is something that I've heard from some of the residents that I've spoken to earlier on. But also another thing is that these potholes are actually adding a cost to people, where they have to now go and repair their cars, their tires, their wheel alignment and everything. And it's just really a problem for people. But just in case you're wondering why I'm not outside, it's because certain residents have decided to also take the matter into their own hands and actually help out in fixing the potholes. Right now, I am inside of an organization that actually has decided to take it upon its hands to train some people to go and fix the potholes, because they have had enough. And this is what they're saying. I'm joined by Quentin here, who is head of the organization. Quentin, we know that potholes are a problem here in the country, in the city as well. What have you guys decided to do about it?
You know, for a very long time, we couldn't do much. We were told that to leave some of these potholes alone and we shouldn't fix it. And you had to be qualified and certified to fix some of those potholes. But eventually it just became so bad that we needed to fill them, because some of the cars really got damaged quite a lot, especially on Cedar Road and Rand Park Drive. So what we did is we started filling them up with sand, just to create a little bit of a cover for a week or so until the rains come, and then it's gone again. But then up to about a month ago, we got a retired civil engineer that used to build roads, and he came out and he showed our guys. We've got 4 dedicated workers within the RRVA that actually goes out and fix the area and do a lot of things to the park, like cutting the grass and picking up rubble and all of that sort of thing. So one of the tasks that they've been given was to repair the road. So they've been given this training by this retired civil engineer about a month ago, and last week they started fixing some of the potholes.
Yeah. And have you ever got any communications from the city or anything when it comes to fixing potholes? And
so initially, yes. I mean, that's when we wanted to fix it. Everybody was of the opinion you can't just walk up and fix a pothole. It's like your hands are tied. There's some red tape, and if anything happens, God forbid, somebody might get in an accident because of your pothole. That was sort of the idea that you always had. So, I mean, you left it for a very long time, but it just became so bad and out of hand that it's almost worse not to do it, because there's so many potholes, and some of them are really deep, especially if somebody wants to drive at night, and then there's load shedding as well, and don't see the potholes, it just becomes quite a mess. So we didn't get a lot of information from the city. We just decided to do it ourselves, yeah.
Quite a tricky situation there. That is Quentin from the Rand Park Reach Association there. And part of the reason why we are in here, I wanted to just show you around here with the articles that they've got here within this office, which are all focused on the problems with roads and the fact that roads remain a problem. And of course, sometimes it's a problem even at night when it's dark. Now there's load shedding, and there's also a pothole there, and you can't see, and you can't even dodge the pothole because you can't see, and the cars end up falling in. What are the incidences, Quentin, that you have heard from around the area where someone could have maybe hit a pothole at night?
Oh, man, there's so many. I mean, it's every night you'll hear a car driving, you hear the brakes screaming, and then you'll just hear them hit a pothole. So it's not as if it's an isolated incident that happens quite often. But if you look at some of these articles or things that we've done, like for argument's sake, this is a resident that had a pothole right outside his house, but something that contributed quite a lot to this pothole was municipal water, that's of burst pipes, that's, feeding the groundwater levels, that's rising, and then eventually, it just messes with the surface of the road, which creates, makes the potholes even worse. Yeah. So that's one of the biggest concerns is surface water, especially like from a municipal perspective. So there's been a big argument about that. What we also did was, on Cedar Road, it used to be very bad. People put a board up there that says surface of the moon ahead, which was kind of funny. But what we did is we installed some fin drains. It's about 40-50 meters worth of fin drains that we installed just between the dam and this road, because this is one of the main roads that come into our area. Yeah. So we've installed fin drains. It cost us about 46,000 Rand.
So what you're saying is that basically this pothole issue can go deeper than just having a pothole on the road. The fact that there is also water that can surface within the pothole, which stems from other things that are coming from a lack of service delivery, and that could even make the situation worse.
That is the problem. From what I understand, water is the one thing that you don't want on a road. As soon as there's water that goes into the subsurface of a road, it becomes a problem. So this is another article where we spoke about potholes. This was in 2001, where exactly the same thing. Cedar Road has been a road that's just been patched continuously over the last 10 years. We've had civil engineers, and one of them, unfortunately enough, on our volunteers group that's looked at these roads and recommended that they needed to be resurfaced in its entirety. But every year it comes and gone. We've had petitions about these roads, that it needs to be resurfaced, and it just falls on deaf ears. So every year it's just a patch job and another patch job. And, yeah. And another issue that we're also facing is some of these culverts that's underneath the bridges of the water that's also flowing. It's eroding the other side of the roads. We now started filling and asking the community to give us some dump rock so we can place it there, so that some of these cavities that forms don't go any deeper, because it could really break the bridge, influence the road so that nobody can drive there anymore. So this is one of the big tasks that we also have ahead of us.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Quentin. As you heard it there, Masako, it's quite a tricky situation, because when people are now taking it into their own hands, as this is a problem for the community, and they're now filling in the potholes, they are then told again that if someone is involved in an accident due to the pothole that you have filled in, you might actually get in trouble for that. So it's actually quite a tricky situation, where now even organizations are finding themselves having to train their own staff to fix their own potholes, because at the end of the day, the community are the people that are affected by this problem. But also, we have also learned that the problem can stem even deeper, with water running underneath, with burst pipes that are not being fixed, and those are some of the causes that might even cause some really, really dangerous potholes that can get you into quite a situation, especially at night when it's dark, when you can't see.
All right, Theodor Mashele live for us in Johannesburg. Thank you. Let's leave it there for now.